How can I be useful? Of what service can I be? There's something inside me. What can it be?
The future of mankind lies waiting for those who will come to understand their lives and take up their responsibility to all living things. Aho, mataki oyasa.
If a free society cannot help the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich.
Poverty can be painfully obvious or purposefully hidden. Some Americans miss it altogether, and others choose not to see it.
Yo lo tengo ahí ya listo.
Those who join AmeriCorps VISTA do more than recognize poverty. They do what they can to eliminate it.
Poverty, it's in your face. It's undeniable. It's all around. You can't deny it.
I am a VISTA because it's wrong to tolerate poverty in such a wealthy world.
With my own life, I know how it feels to be poor, being a foster child. I know what it feels like to be hungry. I had to find a group that was devoted into making a difference.
I believe in the capacity of people coming together to make change.
A simple idea like providing a safe place for kids can start to transform a community.
These kids didn't ask to be born in poverty. I wanted to really make a change as a VISTA for these kids to show that violence and crime and things like that in this community can change.
Being a VISTA has taught me that I myself can actually do something, contribute to a community, that I can find funding for a program and see it develop.
Esa experiencia ha sido muy valiosa para mí porque he aprendido mucho acerca del mundo de las organizaciones sin fines de lucro y realmente creo que quiero estar haciendo ese trabajo y combatiendo la pobreza en todo el mundo por el resto de mi vida.
Throughout history, our leaders have embraced the importance of service and encouraged citizens to do what they can to serve others. President John F. Kennedy conceived of a domestic Peace Corps to give Americans the opportunity to serve in America's backyards, her cities, and her heartland.
Finally, the overseas success of our Peace Corps volunteers, most of them young men and women carrying skills and ideas to needy people, suggests the merit of a similar corps serving our own community needs. As the idealism of our youth has served world peace, so can it serve the domestic tranquility.
Sergeant Shriver, director of the Office of Equal Opportunity, took on the program that was to be called VISTA, Volunteers in Service to America, and President Lyndon Johnson welcomed the first group of VISTA volunteers in 1965.
Will you join in the battle to give every citizen an escape from the crushing weight of poverty?
The first VISTAs were dispatched to the hollows of Kentucky, the migrant farm worker camps in California, and the slums of Hartford, Connecticut, to confront the challenges faced by communities with few resources and no voice.
Poverty isn't just about how much money you've got in your pocket. Poverty is about the opportunities that are available to you.
The people that I'm dealing with lack emotional support, educational resources, and education.
Being a VISTA changed my life in the fact that I kind of know how to work from a grassroots level now.
The Corporation for National and Community Service is built on more than 40 years of grassroots development and anti-poverty programs. On this foundation stand Senior Corps, Learn and Serve America, and AmeriCorps, and within AmeriCorps, state and national grants, NCCC, and VISTA, which has more than doubled in size since becoming part of AmeriCorps. VISTA is a unique AmeriCorps program founded in the belief that no one should suffer in poverty, that everyone must have access to the systems and opportunities that support and enrich our lives.
When we come all together as VISTA members and we seek out the problem, things don't get done overnight. This takes time, it takes years. I get frustrated because I see little change. But when I stand back, I see big changes or a big change to come.
VISTA has always been about building the capacity of communities, working with organizations and tribal nations to ensure that community members become involved in developing the programs and resources they need.
We often call them the glue that keeps a not-for-profit community together.
VISTA is someone who has passion and compassion and just the right amount of idealism to make changes in the community.
But passion isn't enough. You need access to the community, tools, and effective models. To ensure you succeed, VISTA gives you the context, the training, and the supervision to bring your hopes for social justice to reality, so you can have a stronger impact on the community than you would ever have on your own.
I wanted to ask you about the collection trip. When I first came to the reservation, the previous VISTA that was here at the site made me a book of useful names and project ideas and a map of the reservation and everything that I needed to get acclimated quicker than I would have had I not had that.
But even with support, meeting your goals will still be challenging.
One big mistake I made was not keeping track very well when I was speaking with other people in other communities. So I sort of started developing a system for logging, where they are, what they've done, our communications. That'll help whoever fills in after I'm done.
Get it. 1, 2, 3, y.
Una parte muy importante de VISTA es tener esas colaboraciones. Si, por ejemplo, tenemos una orquesta juvenil y una parte de mi trabajo fue buscar colaboraciones con otras organizaciones que ofrecen música e instrucción y así juntos podíamos ofrecer esos servicios a más niños.
VISTAs immerse themselves in the communities they serve, living on a stipend set at the poverty level alongside their neighbors.
When a VISTA volunteer comes into the office, they hear their peers talking about what they did over the weekend. And an AmeriCorps VISTA volunteer living at that level of poverty has a difficult time and feels what it really is to be in poverty.
It's been a struggle integrating into the community, being here and being different, but it's been absolutely worth it, and I would do it all over again.
The impact of leadership is demonstrated through the programs VISTAs have helped launch over the decades, such as Head Start, the credit union system, and Neighborhood Watch.
¿Me va bien? Sí. ¿Sí? ¿Estás yendo a la escuela? Sí. Qué bueno.
Educate Tomorrow is a local program helping youth transition from foster care to independent adulthood.
Right now we're working with 30 different communities, none of which would be possible without the support of VISTA volunteers.
What's most rewarding about being a VISTA is knowing that I'm putting a curriculum together that will help foster youth become educationally sufficient, financially sufficient, emotionally sufficient, and also helping them on the road to becoming independent adults.
Ricardo Benuelos is trying to expand an income tax assistance program to reach the Hispanic community, something that had been attempted but not accomplished when he started his year as a VISTA.
What I'm planning to do for next year is advertise much earlier and definitely have the translations available immediately so that we can get more of that, of more representation of the Hispanic community, which kind of didn't show up this time.
Serving in a refugee community, these VISTAs help develop a community garden in conjunction with a literacy program to help African refugees transition to their new home. And in this remote rural area of West Virginia, Allie coordinated the biggest environmental cleanup her community had ever seen and won significant grant money to keep it going. She also recruited and trained local volunteers who have taken over the program.
I've learned so much about so many issues that face so many people that I had no idea about before. And I feel like I'm really living in America for the first time.
VISTA Hillary McKinney has been living on the Tohono O'odham Reservation, helping the tribe create systems to preserve their heritage, while also laying the groundwork for nutrition, protective services, and substance abuse programs for the elderly.
When I first got here, I really wanted to put the elders and the youth together, and I found out that people have to want to do it. You can't just make them do something because you think it's a good idea. We need to look at some of the things that didn't work out the first time logistically and try and present it in a new light to the elders and the youth, and maybe that's something the next VISTA can pick up.
It's unlimited what a VISTA can do. Everything from entertainment to resources for community to designing curriculum for a literacy program. You know, I tell them, you got an idea, something you want to try, tell me about it. Let's do it.
And VISTAs do. They build capacity by making food pantries and soup kitchens work more efficiently, setting up safe places for children and teens to go after school and during the summer, creating mentoring programs for foster children who are approaching adulthood, designing parenting programs for the incarcerated, and so much more.
I learned from Hillary that it takes somebody who's, I guess, open-minded to do work that she does, open to different activities and different cultures.
We're 100% better off thanks to the VISTA people. Here after the flood, there was nothing left in town. Now we got a place. The VISTAs has been a lifesaver here.
I have seen the cycle of poverty broken in this community, and it is a result of the work that the VISTAs are doing.
Through service, I found a community that embraced me. Citizenship that was meaningful. The direction that I'd been seeking. Through service, I discovered how my own improbable story fit into the larger story of America.
You're about to join more than 200,000 volunteers in service to America and discover how your story fits into the larger story of America.
I'm so proud that there are people in this country devoted to making life in this country better.
It's incredible the change that we are affecting and will continue to affect in this country.
One person, one VISTA might not be able to do it, but with the big family of VISTAs, we can do anything.